G'day and welcome to Disc Golf Down Under. It's Matt here, and in this video I'll be continuing on with my review of the Disctroyer disc range from Estonia. My friends at Portal Disc Sports in Australia sent me all 4 of their discs to review, and in this video I'll be reviewing the FD-8 Stork fairway driver and the DD-13 Starling distance driver. Now if you missed my previous video on the Sparrow putter and the Skylark mid-range, I recommend you go and check that out first. Also, for those of you in Oz, stay tuned to find out how you can win a limited edition Disctroyer pack. As always, a quick disclaimer before we start. Portal Disc Sports here in Australia sent me these 4 discs in return for doing an honest review. Now, I've had these discs for about a month and I've had plenty of time to get a feel for them and form my own opinions. Following this review, I'll be donating these discs to my local club. Okay, as I mentioned in the intro, thanks to Portal Disc Sports, we'll be giving away a limited edition Disctroyer pack, including 4 discs, a cap, and a towel. But you must have an address in Australia to be eligible to enter. To enter the competition, you'll need to collect 3 code words. You'll find 1 code word in each of the review videos, and the final code word can be found on the Disc Golf Down Under Facebook page. Once you've got the 3 code words, go to giveaway.discgolfdownunder.com and lodge your entry. A lucky winner will then be randomly selected from the entry list. So check the website or video description for competition deadline, and good luck. I provided an overview of the Estonian-based Disctroyer company in my previous video, as well as explaining the novel colour and marking system that the company uses to identify its discs. So if you haven't seen the previous video, and you didn't listen to me in the intro, the shortened version is that their discs are coloured depending on type. The lighter the colour, the higher the speed, and the darker the colour, the slower. And they use symbols to indicate stability. A star for overstable, and a circle for stable, and a plus for understable. Got it? So next up in the range is the FD-8 Stork fairway driver. It has a diameter of 213 millimeters, a rim width of 19 millimeters, a height of 17 millimeters at the center and 12 millimeters at the rim. It has a PDGA max weight of 177 grams and is available in weights from around 172 grams and up. As of 2022, it comes in 1 plastic blend called A Plastic, and there are 3 hardnesses: A Soft, A Medium, and A Hard. The flight rating for the Stork is 8501 and is Disctroyer's most recent disc to be released after PDGA approval in May 2020. And finally, rounding out the current range, let's check the specifications of the DD-13 Starling distance driver. It has a diameter of 210 millimeters, a rim width of 24 millimeters, a height of 17 millimeters at the center and 12 millimeters at the rim. PDGA max weight is 174 grams and is available in weights from 168 grams and up. The Starling is also available in A Soft, A Medium, and A Hard plastics, and has a flight rating of 13.5-2.2 and was Disctroyer's first disc to be released after PDGA approval in March 2019. So for today's flight test, I'll be throwing on flat ground with a minimal tailwind, and the goalposts are at 105 meters for reference. The Stork is max weight at 177 grams in the A Hard plastic, while the Starling is 171 grams in the A Medium plastic. Both discs are marked with the circle symbol, indicating that they should be stable, straight discs. Okay, so how did they perform? In my previous video, I mentioned a minor quality issue on the Skylark mid-range where it wasn't trimmed fully. Well, no such issues on the Stork or the Sparrow, but I did find it a little strange that my Stork has a 178 to 179 gram sticker on it, and the PDJ max weight is 177 grams. Fortunately though, when I checked the disc on my scales, it was legal at the max weight of 177 grams. So just a minor thing for Disctroyer to keep an eye on in their quality control area. What about the plastic? Well, the Starling I have is in the A medium plastic, and as I mentioned previously, it has the same sort of stiffness and appearance as Innova's Star plastic. The Stork that I have though is in the A hard plastic, which is definitely less flexible and comparable with Prodigy's 750 plastic. They both feel great in the hand with no sharp edges, and they look good. Now they are very slick discs as well, and on the morning of the flight test there was some moisture on the ground. And I did find that I was getting some early releases with the Stork, but not so with the Starling. And after closer inspection, I found that the Stork feels a little more slippery. So that may be something to watch out for in the A hard plastic. So let's talk a bit more about the Stork fairway driver. The flight rating on this would suggest that it's a fairly straight disc with a mild fade. And some have compared it to an Innova T-Bird 3, and I'd have to agree. The disc I have didn't really have any turn, and it felt more stable than a 1, maybe a 1.5, getting on until close to a 2. But it was max weight and it is in the A hard plastic, so that does add to the stability. For me, it's very similar to my Neutron Volt, which is a fairly stable fairway driver. From other reviews, it would appear the hard plastic is a little more stable than the medium, as well as being more slippery than the A medium. Okay, so what about the Starling? Well, this is a big bombing speed 13 distance driver with a good amount of turn. For me, it's very similar to an MVP Catalyst or an Innova Shrike after they're beaten in. So throw it with a little hyzer, it'll flip up the flat and glide for ages. Throw it flat, you'll get a nice S-curve, and throw it with an Annie and some height, and you can shape a long left to right drive. But it is touchy. Get your release angle wrong and you'll be punished. Throw it in any sort of headwind and it's not going to play nice. Okay, so who are these discs for? Well, I'd say that neither of these discs are beginner friendly. The Stork is way too stable for a beginner, and well, the Starling is speed 13, which beginners should stay clear of until they have the arm power. But in a more experienced player's hands, these are both very competent discs. Personally, I'm not a fan of the Stork as it is, but I'd expect it may beat in nicely, losing some of that stability and picking up some more glide. But I'd probably try to get this in the medium plastic. For an intermediate player, the Starling could be a good distance driver, allowing them to get effortless S-curves and easy distance. I was surprised at how much further the Starling traveled compared to the Stork and how easy it is to throw this thing. It didn't really feel like a speed 13. Okay, final thoughts. The Stork was my least favorite of the 4 Disctroyer discs. I really had a tough time getting the disc to go where I wanted it to. In hindsight, I think that's due to the moist conditions and the slick A hard plastic. The disc just wanted to get out of my hands as soon as it could. However, I think this disc would improve significantly after it's beaten in. Get rid of some of that slickness, tone down the stability, and boost the glide. If there's anyone out there throwing the Stork, let me know in the comments what you think and how it goes for you, especially after it seasons in. And what about the Starling? Well, this was my second favorite Disctroyer disc, close behind the Sparrow putter that I absolutely loved. The Starling is probably one of the easiest to throw speed 13 discs I've ever thrown. Effortless S-shapes and tons of glide. Problem is, I like how it flies now, but I expect as it beats in, it'll become a bit more flippy. So if you want a hyzer flipping long distance bomber, the Starling could be your cup of tea. So what's next for Disctroyer? Well, apparently the company's working on expanding their range with more discs, a more stable distance driver to complement the flippy Starling, and a straighter putter in the B plastic, more suitable for putting with. So keep an eye out for them in the future. So that concludes my reviews of the Disctroyer range with the Stork fairway driver and the Starling long distance bomber. As a reminder, thanks to Portal Disc Sports, I'm giving away a limited edition Disctroyer pack. So make sure you've got your 3 code words, including the one from this video, and head on over to giveaway.discgolfdownunder.com where one lucky Aussie will win a pack of 4 discs, a cap and a towel. And remember, you have to be in it to win it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out and allows me to make more videos. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.